And we're live.
Hello.
So first off, this is two things. This is our first time that we've ever gone live, so we have no idea what we're doing. And secondly, this is Samoan internet, so if it cuts out or something, many apologies, but hopefully it works out okay anyway. So let's see if we can find out what's...
We're gonna try and watch your guys' comments show up. We do have some questions. Some of you guys wrote the first time we announced that we would be doing a Q&A. We copied down those questions, as many as we could find. Some commented in a variety of places, and we may not have all of them. So if we haven't gotten to your question, write it again. Type it down below. Let us know. We should see it. We have our other phone here too, so we can check your questions.
So the biggest question that we get all the time is, why did we move to Samoa? So one of the reasons why we moved to Samoa is I lived in Pongo until I was 5 years old, and then we moved away, and we were gone in the United States in several different cities and states for 30 years or something like that. And we always wanted to, I always wanted to come back at some point with our family, but just didn't really have the means, because in the United States it's really expensive to fly back to Samoa. It's usually around $1,500 to $2,000 US for a round trip ticket from anywhere in the States to here. And so we just didn't have enough money because we had a large family. I have there are 6 kids in our family, plus my mom and dad. So,
which is also a question from QnA Va'ilunga. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but they asked, did you both grow up in a big family?
Yeah. So I grew up in a big family.
Yep. I'm the youngest of 5 children. Joe's the oldest of 6 children.
Oh wow. There's 31 people here.
Yes. Hi,
Hey.
31 people.
Kineti. Good to see you, Kineti. Usomex. Malo.
Sarah Leo.
Just the 4 of us vlogs.
Hi.
Nora asks, how are you finding Samoa so far? And hi from New Zealand.
We love Samoa. Like, when we first came, we were for sure, yep, gonna be here 2 years, this is our plan, and now we're like, what's life gonna be like when we leave Samoa?
Don't tell that to the Texas people, though.
No, we don't know exactly what our future holds, but we know whenever we do leave Samoa, we are going to be very sad, and we're very grateful for this time we have here.
Yeah, Samoa's been really, really awesome to us. And not only Samoa, because, I mean, we were able to, fortunately, we were able to make some friends here, and you guys can tell, like, how much fun we have in Samoa, and it's real. It's not just us, like, doing stuff on YouTube. It's real because that's the way it really is. But then besides that, this has been, like, an incredibly awesome experience for us to be able to, is this going double? Can you guys hear me through here? Okay, somebody.
We'll turn him off on there so we can't hear him.
Can somebody comment if the audio is like really bad right now because I'm talking into that and talking into the phone? Yes, we can. As in, yes, we can hear us.
Okay, audio's fine.
Audio's fine. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, DK685.
A little low. Seems a little low. We'll talk a little louder.
Sorry about that. All right, we'll talk a little louder. Okay, next question.
Okay, so did you finish saying
why
we moved to Samoa?
Yeah, so finishing why we moved to Samoa. So the reason why we moved to Samoa was because it just happened at a good time. We were in a different place with our business. I started a business maybe 10 years ago with 2 of my best friends, Jake and Neil. And then my brother Jason, and then the rest of my family kind of jumped in also to help out and build the business. The business built up, but then we ran into some trouble with we ran into some trouble because we partnered with a company who was smuggling gold.
We didn't know that.
We didn't know that at the time. But we partnered with a company who was smuggling gold from South America, and they got busted by the FBI. Their offices got raided. So then the banks like closed down. You guys are going to see a movie about it for sure in like 10 years, I guarantee. Anyway, the FBI raided their offices, and the banks kind of closed down the funding for all of us. And so then it was time for us to look for a new investor. We found a new investor, and we moved the company over to the new investor. And you know, as an entrepreneur, for those of you that have your own business or have worked on your own business before, it's a little bit hard to become an employee for that business. And same thing was a hard transition for me, because I was an entrepreneur, still am an entrepreneur, and so it's just a little bit difficult to become an employee of somebody and have less say, and especially in a business that you create.
And
so,
they had different visions after this company took over, and
yeah, and so it just made sense for us to work on a transition. So what we worked with that company was an opportunity where we could work remotely. And so right now I do a little bit of contract work with that company, not very much, not as much as I would hope, because we need some money coming in, but just enough to like help us to offset some of the bills and stuff that we have here. And so that's why we moved to. Oh, sorry. And so it was an opportune time for us to bring the kids to help them be introduced into the Samoan culture, because we really, in Texas, we don't have that much Samoan culture. In Minnesota, we didn't. That's where I grew up, in Minnesota and Florida. Not much Samoan culture there. So just we're surrounded by Samoans and didn't have that opportunity to really kind of learn a little bit more. And I'm kind of glad, because what that did was it like put something in my heart to like bring our family here. And Alicia has been such a huge support and a great sport. In like, yeah, we'll give up our awesome house. We'll give up, you know, the job that we're making a bunch of money on. We'll give up our cars. We'll give up the comforts of home, the comforts of family, of close-knit family, as in like moms and brothers and sisters and like that kind of stuff, and nieces and nephews. And we'll move, you know, 5,000 or 10,000, I don't even know how many thousand miles away from all of that comfort and come to Samoa. And it's been awesome, because Samoan culture is so much different than what we thought it was when we were like visiting people in Utah or visiting people in California. So it's been really cool to be here to like really experience like actual Samoan culture. Really awesome. Okay, sorry that took a long time, but that was a big one, and one of the big questions that a lot of people have asked us.
Another big question is, how do you make money? Do you have jobs in Samoa? So he kind of touched on that. He does do a little bit of contract work. It isn't as much as we thought when we moved here. So we actually have been living mostly off of our savings, burning through those savings really quickly. But we are treating our YouTube channel like a business. We do have a few friends who are very successful YouTubers, and it is their whole business. And that's kind of our goal. We have other plans that will branch off from Jamily TV at some point. But right now, also people want to know, do you make money from YouTube? Well, yes, but
so
not
all the
enough to
videos,
live on yet.
yeah, all the videos that we've done. So I think we've done, what is it, 90 some videos
We're
or
getting
something
close
like
to
that?
100 videos, and we're getting close to making $1,000.
$1,000. So I mean, $1,000 US is nice, but we've put in many hours, as you guys can tell. Somebody commented earlier on a video of ours today that like they could tell the difference in the editing and filming, editing from the very beginning, the first episode, to the most recent episode, which is really awesome that you guys can tell, because we do work really hard on it. This is our full-time job, is YouTube. We're working probably 50 hours plus a week doing YouTube stuff for you guys.
And for us.
Okay, so let's answer some of these live ones here. Are we ever gonna taste your auntie's palusami?
Funny story.
That's Penny Pug asked. Are we ever gonna taste your auntie's palusami?
When he was filming the restaurant review you guys just saw at Izzy's, the car that honked at him was his auntie, and for some reason he didn't think to film her and say something about it, but that was his Auntie Tay Wheeler.
I was standing in the middle of the road, and you know the car honked at me, and so I was like, well, yeah, because I'm in the middle of the road, I got to get out of the way. And then they honked again, and I looked, and it's my auntie. So yeah, so sometime, yes, you will get to see me, the palusami. By the way, Usomex Martin, it says Joe's editing is on point. It's not mine. It's all Felicia. So she's the one who does all of our editing. Sometimes every once in a while I'll edit a mukbang on my phone, which is the ones where you guys probably don't like as much because they're not as cool as the ones she does. Yeah, and really cool that we got to 5,000 subscribers today. Like,
yeah,
we were kind
uncanny.
we were expecting to get to 5,000 subscribers actually at the end of the month, and it turned out like maybe it's because the Pacific Games are here, and so it's been really fun to get 5,000 subscribers on the day that we're doing this 5,000 subscriber sub Q&A. Um, so Jake, one of my partners, he actually is here too, and he said we have some mean pangi popo in Texas, and he's right.
Because he makes it.
Yeah, because Jake is the palangi that can make pangi popo better than a lot of Samoans can make.
He has
pangi
Joe's
popo.
mom's recipe and does a great job.
Texas Island Piper, hello from DFW. Hello, awesome, good to see you. Ioane Va'ailunga.
Yeah, that's who asked this question.
Okay, so 2 questions from Ioane Va'ailunga. Did I get that right? Yeah. Give me a thumbs up maybe, or a thumbs down. You said you guys should link up with Siosi and Victoria. So we would love to hook up with Siosi and Victoria. For those of you that don't know about them, they have a YouTube channel, and they have like 50,000 subscribers, and we have 5,000 subscribers. And
We're small kind.
yeah, we're not probably big enough for somebody as awesome as them, so we'll see. But really cool, I got a message on Instagram from Asuelu.
Yeah.
So Asuelu and Kalani, they watch the show, so that's pretty sweet.
We're like, what? Yeah.
Okay, Glory Pau Pau. Have you ever gone to spend part of your adventure in American Samoa? So yes, we went twice. One time, you guys have seen, it's a video that's live on the channel right now. And the second one, we went. That was to get things prepared for the second one. And the second one was my brother's 40th birthday. My brother James, he passed away as he was being born. He passed away, and he's really tied to my heart. And I'm sure that maybe some of you guys are like that too, where you've experienced some sort of pain like that. And it's weird to say, because like I never knew my brother James, you know, but like all of my brothers and sisters, we all have a close tie to our brother James, and it's and so we went over there to celebrate his 40th birthday with him.
That's where he's buried.
As he was buried in American Samoa, and we went there, and and then we got the footage, and we built the video, and the hard drive that we have all that footage on, which includes that celebration, plus it includes whales. We saw whales in Pongo, and I flew the drone over, and I got sweet footage.
Of a mama and baby whale.
And the drone and the drive failed, and so
the hard drive is corrupted. We're still trying to see if we can access that footage, but
so right now it's lost.
my heart.
So we don't know. Hopefully we can get that back, but we don't know. Yes, DK685. You guys going to make a vlog or make a video of the opening ceremony for PG? Yes, we are going to do that. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it, because it's 2 hours, and I don't think that you guys want to watch a 2-hour opening ceremony vlog. I guess if you guys do, like, give like 1 million thumbs up or something, because it's going to take a lot for us to, because number one, it's 2 hours, so it's a lot of data, it's a lot of editing, and it's a lot of upload cost. Someone else asked how much does the internet cost here. It depends. We spend 1,000 tala per month on our internet.
Just on our house.
For our house, and then for our phones, we spend about 300, somewhere between 300 and 400 tala per month on our phones. And this is just to like get stuff up. We don't spend very much time. We do spend time on Netflix, but usually it's all YouTube uploads and research and things like that. Tutorials on how to help Alicia become a better editor.
Let's ask some of these old questions too. Fit Angie.
Hello, Fit Angie. Thank you so much for all of your support, and thank you to all of you guys, because this has been, like I said before, it's been an overwhelming experience to see how much you guys appreciate being able to see Samoa. But Fit Angie, thank you so much for all of your support yourself.
So she had a few questions. One, she asked, what was the hardest thing to adapt to when you moved to Samoa from the USA? I think the lack of convenience, that we have to go to like 5 stores to get all the items we want for one meal or something like that. We have to be more prepared here. Also, this really tiny refrigerator that we have doesn't hold very much food.
Our refrigerator is literally like the size of Alicia, and you guys see the stuff, the amounts of food that I eat, and it doesn't
It's a challenge.
It doesn't fit in there.
4 things we enjoy most about Samoa.
Is this all from?
This is still
all
Fit
from
Angie.
Fit Angie?
Things that I know I'm going to miss so much when we leave Samoa. One, just the view. Like everywhere you look.
It's hypercolor. That's my cousin Rachel.
Yeah.
Always taught. She came for a week and she was like, "This place is hypercolor,
And
like
she's
constantly."
visited 75 countries.
This was her 75th country.
Yeah. But everywhere you look, it's just beautiful. So it just brings such a nice feeling when you are able to just look at such beauty all the time. That would be what I miss most. The new, having amazing, fresh new all the time. Oh, I'm gonna miss that. And
that'll be hard.
and the other fruits, like our yard, our landlord has done an amazing job of growing many things. I love the girls being able to go out and pick fruits that we use, and just the people we've met here have been so
Dear
gracious.
friends.
Yeah.
It's like we've known them for many years. So it's really cool to have that support from them too. And they all know that we're only going to be here for like a year or two, and still they've like, yeah, we'll be friends with you for these 2 years. But they're friends for life. There was a question on here. Sorry. Penny asked another question. Penny Pug, has Samoa Tourism contacted y'all yet? No, not yet. So maybe
if
you guys
know someone.
Yeah, if you know somebody or something like that. But Penny touches on a really important point for Samoa. For those of you that don't know, Samoa gets about 100,000 tourists every year, and the Cook Islands gets about 100,000 tourists every year. But Samoa has 200,000 people, and the Cook Islands, 21,000 people. So does Samoa deserve a little bit more love? Yes. But can Samoa sustain a little bit more love from the tourist perspective? I don't think so, not at this time. And that's why we have to really work hard on a bunch of different things. One of them is getting Samoan restaurants out to the public, because nobody knows all the awesome places. You guys see all the comments on the restaurant reviews and stuff and all the mukbangs, like, people don't know these restaurants, and a lot of them, they're all brand new within the last couple of years, 3 years or so. And so as that gets a little bit more exposure, and then also as hotels do a better job of understanding that they have a role to play in this, and then finally, if we could get Samoa Airways to fly to Hawaii so that Hawaiian Air and so that Fiji Air and New Zealand Air can all drop their prices so that the American tourists can make it over here, that'd be awesome too. So we're trying to work our way to do all those things by starting with the restaurant reviews. Then we'll expand to hotel reviews and also resort reviews, and then we'll start to, hopefully we can talk to somebody at Samoa Air to help them, let's move this forward, because all of us want the same thing, more tourism. But it just takes a little bit of time. So we are working on Samoa Tourism.
Something that is amazing though, we just had a comment, and we get comments like this kind of regularly. People who watching your videos makes me think I could move back to Samoa, or watching your videos makes me want to come visit Samoa. Someone just told us today, they're like, I was planning on a trip to Fiji next year, and you're making me rethink, and I might be going to Samoa instead now.
So that's thousands of dollars.
Huge.
Thousands of dollars that could come to Samoa instead of going to Fiji, which, yeah, you guys, if you have never been to Samoa and you're thinking, should I go to Fiji or should I go to Samoa? No. There's no reason for you to go to Fiji before you come to Samoa. Even if there's a difference in cost, Samoa is way better and worth the extra cost.
Okay. Fit Angie also asked, how different is the education system there for the kids that are going to school as opposed to the USA? It's very different.
Yeah.
But probably especially because we put our two middle girls in a Samoan immersion school, because we want them to learn as much Samoan as possible while we're here. But our kids have had a really great experience. Their teachers have been really welcoming and understanding. I think they're getting the nurturing that they need at school. Zara's schooling has been more of a struggle, but she had obviously received the most education in the U.S. before coming here, so she had gotten used to that way of learning. But overall, we're working through the kinks and such, and the girls are doing a great job.
Yeah, but they really love it. There's a lot more of a focus on culture here, which is awesome for us. There's a lot less of a focus on math and science and English, which is not as awesome. But that's not why we're here. We're not here to learn math, science, and English. That's something that we can supplement outside of school. What we really want the girls to do is learn the culture as much as they possibly can while we're living in Apia. We understand that like that's not real Samoan culture. We're not in Kua. We're not doing. There's not laves all the time. We don't have very many feaos to do here. And so that's something that we're missing out on, and we're considering moving to Savai'i next year, just so that we can kind of get that experience. But we still need a little bit of educational structure, and so that's why we're here in Upolu right now. Okay, so Texas Island Piper, Joe, can you please start up a cooking episodes, either you or others? The problem with that is that I cook hot dogs and pancakes and waffles. Oh, and the best French toast Alicia's mom has ever had. So that's the extent of my cooking prowess, but I can eat. Let's see. Ikalo80, Sole, did your auntie who makes the best palusami get to making it yet? I'm sorry, she still hasn't made it yet.
Java. Hi, Java.
Hi, Java. Thank you so much. You comment on almost every single one of our videos. We really appreciate it. Have any of your girls mentioned living and settling in Samoa in the near future? So they haven't mentioned living or settling in Samoa specifically, but as far as like coming back to Samoa, they definitely are going to come back to Samoa much more frequently than we have. Zara says that she plans on coming back to Samoa within 10 years. She's 15, so she'll be 25 when that happens. Hopefully that can happen. But in the meantime, her plan is to finish. She graduates at the end of next year, and then from there we're trying to get her educated with some online classes from BYU online for a year, because the Samoan schools aren't strong enough to help her get into.
Well, she skipped a year and a half of school. She doesn't have enough high school credits.
Yeah, but in any case, Samoan schools aren't strong enough. So if you're an American coming to Samoa, thinking you can graduate from Samoa to go into a U.S. school, can't do it. You have to do one more year after you graduate from here in order for any U.S. school to consider you. Maybe community college might consider you, but nobody else. So her plan is to do that, and then she's going to go on a mission. She wants to go on a mission, and then hopefully get married sometime in that time, finish college at that time, and then come back.
She wants to go to BYU Hawaii, where we met.
That's right.
Tia Time asked, which daughter was the most apprehensive about the move? Excuse me. I think they were all really pretty excited. Zara probably understood the best what was happening.
And she probably was the most apprehensive.
About leaving friends behind.
Because she had friends. When we left Texas, she just finished 8th grade, which is year 9 in Samoa, and I guess the South Pacific it's year 9. And so we'd been living in Texas basically her whole life, and so she had many friends and acquaintances, and she was saying goodbye to all of them, and so she was probably the most apprehensive until the very end, when she started praying about it to see if this was something that our family should be doing, and she felt like it was something that our family should be doing. So really cool for her to take that upon herself to try and find comfort from her Heavenly Father. So really cool. But then since we've been here, it's probably been most difficult on Ammo. Ammo's been really struggling. She was 4 when we moved here. She's now 5, and sometimes she will not be on the camera at all, and sometimes she just breaks down. She wants to go back to Texas. She wants to go back to her pool.
She misses her play kitchen.
So we had this like pink play kitchen that was, a pretty big one for a 4-year-old, probably as tall as a 4-year-old, and maybe 3 4-year-olds wide. 3 4-year-olds wide.
And we sold it in our estate sale, and whenever she watches that video, she's like, "Who has my kitchen? Like, why did you sell my kitchen?"
Yeah, so it's been really tough on Ammo, but
she also started school here. She never attended any sort of school in the States, and so just going to school plus a school where they don't speak English to her.
Yeah,
that's been difficult.
And because sometimes they smack her. That's a Samoan thing, I guess, is to smack you. Not like big, just a little just a little tap to let you know that you didn't do something right. And sometimes she knows what she did, and sometimes she doesn't.
Yeah, I'll ask her like, "Why did they do it?" She's like, "I don't know. She was speaking Samoa." That's what she always says.
But that she does struggle, but she also has fantastic and excellent days here. She absolutely loves going to the beach. She loves going to Tosua. She loves jumping off Tosua. We haven't shown you guys that video yet, but it's pretty cool to see a little 4-year-old jumping off Tosua and climb down that ladder by herself. That was really cool.
We should probably explain our video situation as well. So we started filming last May. That's when we were starting preparations.
May 2018.
May 2018. We started preparations we made our decision to move to Samoa, started filming the estate sale, things like that. Moved to Samoa actually last July. It's been almost a year. And then I wanted a month of footage edited before we made our channel live, because we originally planned on having 5 videos a week. And I knew it was going to be really hard for me to keep up with. So by the time I had a month's worth of footage edited, we were able to go live November 1st last year. And that month of footage that I had edited that I thought would be a nice buffer for me, it like flew out the window. It was over so fast while I was still editing other footage. So we now kind of intersperse things. We still have that footage we're going through in a chronological sequence, which is actually in September right now. My birthday video you guys saw, my birthday was actually September. Since my birthday, we decided we would add in birthdays kind of as they happen. Christmas, we wanted to add it in as it happened. The Pacific Games, we're going to be adding in as they happen. Joe's mukbangs and restaurant reviews are current. But then other things we still go back to in our timeline, because they're still amazing memories for us. They're great places and sites for you guys to be able to see.
But they're not time specific, so it helps us be able to keep that timeline moving, but then also helps us to give you guys the stuff that's happening right now. So for instance, the Pacific Games and the opening ceremonies tomorrow, we have the best seats that we could buy. They're right in the center, so and we bought a telephoto lens, so hopefully we can get a lot of that for you guys, and then we'll probably upload that thing all night long on Sunday night, our Sunday night, which will be your Saturday night for those in the United States, but also okay, so the someone asked about the what do you call this? Oh, the burpees. So the burpees that I'm doing, just so you guys know, they're the hard ones. They're the, like, you jump up, clap, you drop down onto your push-up, and then you actually do a push-up, not just the plank. That's why it's so difficult. I can do the regular 50 burpees like without a problem, but the push-up burpees, when you're pushing up all this goodness, it's a little bit more difficult. Hi Joe, will Felicia ever let you get a Samoan tattoo? That's from V Tenny.
I see you, V.
Okay, so first off, Alicia would probably love to see me get a Samoan tattoo, because she understands a little bit more of the culture behind the tattoo, and I would also kind of like that, but we're just not quite sure if that's something that we really want.
It's not me. It's his mama that would give him a whooping for getting a tattoo.
Yeah, my mom would tear me up, and I was just talking about how much my mom used to beat the crap out of me with a belt and anything else she could get her hands on.
This is a good question too. Tia Time had another question. After being married for so long, what was the thing you learned, if any, about the other spouse during the move and shortly after getting to Samoa? Did you learn anything about me?
During the move? So the thing about Alicia is that she's really super patient, and she's just one to kind of go with the flow, and that's kind of why we work so well together, is because we don't really have a plan with a checklist that we have to get done on this day. The only thing on the checklist that we had to do was get on the plane to come to Samoa. That was basically the only thing on the checklist that we had to get done, and so that just really showed up in our work to get us here to Samoa.
Yeah, something I've really appreciated about Joe is just having him around more. His role, like, he's always been an amazing friend and husband and father, but we have so much more family time together here, and that's also something that's irreplaceable, that we're going to miss so much, because we're kind of in this bubble here. But just seeing him interact with the girls more, driving them to school every day. When I'm editing, he cooks a lot more than he ever used to. Just out of need, he just, when there's a need, he feels it, and I'm just super grateful for him.
Yay! And also, I'm very lucky. Um, so Martha Ria says, "Would you let your eldest daughter Zara date a Samoan guy in the future, a real island guy?" um, you know, yeah. I mean, obviously that'd be awesome if she could date a real island guy. Um, uh, and but we, how do I say this? Okay, so I the thing that Alicia and I want it for Zara and for all of our kids, I think we all of us want this thing for our kids. We want them to marry somebody who makes them better, who helps make them a better person. And so if there's a Samoan guy that helps make Zara a better person, and will support her in her educational activities that she has a desire to seek out, and will also have a desire to improve himself, um, with his own education, and be willing to sacrifice the things that he needs to sacrifice to give her the life that she needs. Zara wants to travel back to Samoa as often as she can. Zara also wants to live in the United States for the conveniences.
Or New Zealand.
Or New Zealand, because she's been there. Sorry, Australia, we haven't been there yet. We're hoping to get there soon, so maybe Zara will include New Zealand soon, or sorry, will include Australia soon. But yeah, with all that travel, it costs money. So you have to find a spouse who's going to be willing to support you, not only monetarily, but support your desires and stuff. That's what we found in each other, and that's what we hope for Zara. And so wherever she can find that, would be awesome. And honestly, hopefully it's in a Samoan guy, because then he can teach her Samoan and he can give us Samoan grandbabies, which would be sweet, and help hopefully teach us, me and Alicia, Samoan also. Island Brute is the youngest girl, which is Noli, still barefoot wherever she goes. Yes, she is still barefoot almost everywhere she goes. And besides being barefoot, she's also always
in a bathing suit.
In a bathing suit, ready to go. Ready to go swimming. Let's go swimming. Beach, ocean.
Yeah.
So yes. Oh boy. Okay, so D's nuts. Sweet username, by the way. Says, have you ever tried fuamiki flavored kalo? Fuamiki, I don't know what fuamiki is, so sorry. Still got a little bit of plastic in me. I'm trying to dig all that plastic out and replace it with all Samoan. But
like
I don't know what fuamiki is.
I'm trying to think. What, egg? Niji? I don't know.
The kind soldiers. So I guess you're from Hawaii then. That's awesome. Good to see you. Yes, we are, but we're losing. There's 25 people now.
Sorry guys, if you can see us. Oh, it's going again. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Nelly also asks, what camera do you use for your vlogs, and what software do you use for your editing? So the camera is called, well, this camera actually is just our cell phone, an iPhone 8 Plus. And then we also use, you guys ran out of data. No, not yet actually. We bought a bunch of data so that this would work, but I don't know, satellites or something. Anyway, we usually use a Canon M50. The Canon M50 has become the vlogger's like ultimate camera, because it's really lightweight and it's a powerful camera. So that's the camera we use, is Canon M50. It's usually, I think with the lens and everything, it's like $600. Our entire setup, including camera, microphone, Gorilla Pod, so the thing that you hold on to hold the camera, all that was about $800 US. And then Alicia uses Final Cut Pro 10 to edit right now. We're working on trying to figure out how to use Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro. So we might be switching over to Adobe.
Yeah, so whatever we said, everyone's scolding these nuts for whatever we said. So sorry, guys.
We had no idea. Sorry, we're bad. Have you had Sealy's Burger in American Samoa? No, we have not had that yet. So we've only been to Pongo, technically, I guess 3 times. One time in 2013. Well, besides when I was there when I was 5 years old, but the most recent time 2013, and then we went there last year in September and in October, and we never actually tried anything except for Carlos Jr. while we were there. It was just like a day trip.
Huasitu Ngasu asks, are all of your family used to the hot weather? It is very hot, and this is winter time right now, and it actually has felt cooler to us. We moved here last July, and everyone's like, oh, this is a cool time of year. We're like, we're
That's
going to
bull
die.
crap, you're lying.
But now that we've experienced summer and come back around, we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's a little cooler.
Yeah, especially at night. It actually does get down into the 70s at night, and so that's
if we
really
could sleep with our doors open and not get eaten to death by mosquitoes, it would be quite cool.
Yeah.
Oh, my nephew, hi Mosiah, he's asking if we can do a Spotify mix. I don't know if the songs we use are on Spotify, so that is another question we get a lot though, is where do we get our music from? The majority of the songs you hear come from Epidemic Sound. We pay them a monthly fee to license music from them that we can use on YouTube.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter, I guess, probably any social media platform, basically.
And that's why you don't hear Polynesian songs. A lot of people are like, oh, we want to hear some Samoan songs.
So do we.
We would love to, but there aren't any that don't have licensing restrictions, and we don't want to put a lot of effort into a video, upload it, and then have copyright claims striked against that work, and then you guys not be able to enjoy it at all. So it would be nice to have Samoan music or Polynesian music. If you have any Samoan Polynesian friends who are musicians and have music that's really sweet and not licensed, then
send it over.
Yeah,
we would love to use any of that stuff. Anything like that, send it over. We'll definitely try and find a spot for it.
Or even other stuff. If you guys are musicians and do covers, like some of the songs are covers that my friend and I make, or some are parodies that my friend and I make. We'll hear those occasionally. But yeah, we love good music, and picking music is one of the most time-consuming parts of editing for me, and I really put a lot of thought into it, trying to find something that helps make that moment even more meaningful. So I always appreciate when you guys like the music, because I do take a lot of time picking it.
Fa'ea and Kaleka asked, do you guys work while living in Samoa? And so I was talking about this a little bit earlier. Yes, we do a little bit of work. I do a little bit of contract work for the old company I used to work for in the United States. I earn a little bit of money from that, not nearly enough to live on. We also earn a little bit of money off of YouTube. Again, not nearly enough to live on. Basically, it's about 150 US per month from YouTube right now at our viewer levels.
So they'll pay for like a week of mukbangs for Joe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And then we're starting to do Jamly tours, which if you guys are interested in booking a tour with us, it's me taking you around to all of our favorite spots. The tours are named after each of us. So each of us has our own tours. Alicia's is basically Felicia's Falls is what Alicia's tour is named after, and it's us taking you around to like the 5 or 6 of the biggest waterfalls in Samoa, the most popular waterfalls in Samoa. Some of them you can access, some of them you can't, some of them you can swim in, some of them you can't, but that's what we're trying to do. So that way, if any of you guys come over and you guys want a tour, and you guys want to hang out with us, then that gives us an opportunity to put down this stuff and take you guys on a tour to hang out with you guys, and also to help us earn a little bit of money so that we can continue doing these videos for you guys, and also obviously for us. Selfishly, we're doing it for us, but we're so happy that you guys are here with us.
Erwin, when are you going to start the tours?
Oh, good question, Ern. Erwin is my brother-in-law.
Love you, Erwin.
Yeah, he and my other brother-in-law are my favorite brother-in-laws.
He has 2 brothers-in-law.
Looks like the internet is not as good as it should be. Sorry about that. But anyway, he said, when are we going to start the tours? We're going to start the tours like now. So if you're coming for the Pacific Games and you want to book a tour while you're here, just message us on Instagram or Facebook, or send an email. Then that way we can get things started. And the email is jamlytours@gmail.com. jamlytours@gmail.com.
A lot of people ask what Jamly comes from, and it's like family, but it's J, Joe, A, Alicia, M, Merrick, family. So it's Joe, Alicia, Merrick, family, all squished into one word, Jamly.
And we figured that that's a good way to talk about like you guys too, because you guys are like, to us, you know, some of you guys were just a, you know, it's a comment or two that we share, but some others of you like Keita and like Java and like Yo Chill Out Bro, and so many others of you, Rosalina, you know, you guys, we yeah, Tauhida, you guys have built relationships with us, and C from just the four of us vlogs, and Gloria, you and Faye from Faye Vids, and Life of KDB. You know, like we know you guys like right off the top of our heads because you guys are like family to us, and so we feel like you're just, you know, part of the Jamily, so to speak. So, have you guys tried fish and chips from the fish market in Apia? I have tried the fish and chips. Alicia's allergic to seafood, and the girls don't really like seafood. Banjo actually likes sashimi now. You guys saw that video at Rosie's, and that was really cool to see her like change. Like, I don't want to try it to I want to try it to, oh, this is the only thing I want to eat. So it was really cool. But yeah, the fish and chips at Apia markets. For those of you that don't know, it's only I think 5 ta'ala. You get 3 pieces of fish, a nice massive thing of fries, and so. I mean, 5 ta'ala, that's $2 US, and you see them cook it live right there. Pretty cool and delicious. The only thing is their sauce sucks. Like, they got mayonnaise, but it's like, I don't know what they did. I don't know if they took the eggs and beat the eggs themselves, added some vinegar, but it's not good. Bring your own mayonnaise or your own sauce because it's garbage. Yes, we have been to American Samoa, Epati. We're going there again soon, hopefully.
Hi, Max Oteen. Any ghost out there? We have heard some ghost stories.
Talofa from Zimbabwe.
Whoa.
Angus Brown. Wow, cool.
Talofa, Angus.
Is anyone else having a problem hearing? Okay, sorry. Is it happening now again? Can you guys hear us again? Oh wow, lots of play. Whoop, sorry. Let's scroll down a little bit. Patatia Tupuola. Congrats on 5,000 subscribers. Yes, thank you. Thank you for helping by sharing the videos with other people, with your friends on Facebook and whatnot. Are you guys on Facebook? Yes, at Jamily TV.
And also Instagram.
Will you do a collab with Faye Vids? Yeah, we'd love to do a collaboration with Faye Vids. Faye Vids, for those of you that don't know, she does mukbangs, and I don't know where she's based. I think she's based in New Zealand. Yeah.
Nikita says, I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Been trying to convince my wife to move out there. Good luck. Tell her she'll love it.
Yeah, so anything that you guys can get in the United States, we can get also, kind of. So like, you're not going to get like Burger King, right? You are going to get McDonald's, but McDonald's blows. So don't ever go to McDonald's if you come here. And like, it's not that it's bad. It's just like there's so many other awesome places in Samoa that I'm showing you. Like, forget McDonald's. Go to one of those other places that I show you because they're better and they're cheaper. They're probably 50% cheaper than McDonald's. McDonald's is ridiculously expensive. A Big Mac here, just a regular Big Mac here costs like 30 ta'ala. Just the Big Mac is 30 ta'ala. It's a complete ripoff, which is what, 12 US. You can get so many better things. The creamy fish stack over at Coffee Bean is so much better. The mussel poke that I showed you in the video yesterday, that was so much better. And that thing is like 15 ta'ala. Like, there's no reason to go to McDonald's ever, unless you're taking somebody from Kuwa who's never been to McDonald's. Then by all means take them to McDonald's. But like, don't ever go there. Have you guys stayed at the Aggie Grace? Nikita says, have you stayed at Aggie Grace? No, we haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. While we're in Samoa, the goal of what we're trying to do is like we said, we're burning through cash here, right? Like we have some savings and stuff that we've saved up, and that we're mostly living off of our savings. We are getting some supplemental income from the job that I used to work at, and also a tiny little bit from YouTube. Hopefully the YouTube thing picks up, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to save the money for like experiences and stuff, and going to a hotel in a place that you already live, to me, is not really an experience that we really want to have. But if Aggie Grays or any of Anga Reef Resort or Sinale or any of the other resorts around here want to invite us to come and stay at their place as part of a resort review, then yes, we would definitely do that for you. So maybe if you have somebody over there, reach out to them and get them to invite us to come, because we'd love to stay there. We just don't want to spend the money to do it when we can use the money to take you guys out to like Tosua or Tupula or to Namu Island or to Monono or Apolima or any of those other places, Pango, whatever. Most memorable meal in so far in Samoa. Um, so that's a really hard one because there's a lot of really good places here.
A lot of variety too,
Yeah.
more than you would expect.
Yeah, so we don't really eat. Something that I miss a lot is Italian. There's really only one Italian place here. It's called Scalini's, and honestly, to me, it's a little bit overpriced for what you get, and so we don't really go to that place. But the place that we went to recently was Coco Banana. They have I think you guys might have seen it in our stories. It's a 1,300 gram steak, which is 48 ounces, and it was delicious. That chef really knew what he was doing, and it easily fed. It would probably, like, I could have eaten that thing myself that night. I could have eaten that thing myself, no problem. But usually you could share it with at least 2 people, maybe even 3 people.
We shared it with 2 friends that night.
But I could have eaten it myself. But yeah, that was a really delicious steak. But there's just so much variety.
I had great eggs Benedict at the Coffee Bean. I really love hollandaise sauce. They did a great job there. Because I stopped eating flour and sugar, and their eggs were served over an ulu mash or a kalo mash. It was really good.
What's one positive and negative thing doing YouTube? This is Tanania family. So good to see you, Tanania family. Tanania family is also another YouTube family.
Awesome hairstyle.
Yeah, I can't remember where they're from.
I think they're in Australia.
That's what I was going to say too. But they go to Bali all the time. Like, it seems like they live in Bali basically. But anyway, one positive thing is being able to interact with all of you guys, being able to share with our families who aren't here the things that we're doing on a daily basis, because like our family hasn't been able to. I was telling you before, our family hasn't been able to come to Samoa really. My sister Rena, she was here in January. She just had a baby in February, so congratulations to her, and give her some thumbs up and some love. It was awesome coming here and spending some time here in Samoa for her first time. But so our family hasn't been able to be in Samoa very often, so it's really cool for us to be able to share all these things with them and interact with you guys as well.
And the memories for our kids, like, that's priceless to me. Even if we never made a dime, even if no one else cared, even though we love that you care, our girls love to rewatch these videos over and over, and that,
it's cool to see them grow. A lot of you guys have commented also on how Noli is growing because she's the one who's changing the quickest. Like, so you're going to notice now that we've told you that like our videos are based in September right now, but then we have some live ones now, like birthdays and stuff, like the stuff that we're going to do for the games. It's all going to be not live, but up to date within a couple days or whatever.
Yeah, you'll see Noli
very
young.
Yeah.
And
but anyway, that's really cool. And so the negative thing about doing YouTube, I don't know that there's a negative thing. It's a really difficult thing to do. There's a lot of pressure in trying to like edit these videos and get them up, because it takes us, we usually film somewhere between 2 and 4. This is embarrassing to admit to you guys, but we usually film between 2 and 4 hours. Like if we go to the beach or something, there's just so many things going on at this place that we've never been to before, and then you got to crunch it all down into like 15 minutes, and it's like that part's really hard. So there's a little bit of a pressure to get videos out to you guys and to do a good job, because like we don't want to just put out like just raw, unedited, just blah stuff, because we want it to look pretty. We want people to enjoy Samoa for all that Samoa can be, and we feel like if we don't put the effort into like making the colors look as green and as yellow and as orange and as red as they actually look like they are in like with our own eyes, then it's less likely to bring somebody who's never been to Samoa, because we realize what we're competing with. We're competing with multi-million-dollar advertising campaigns that are spent in Fiji, Cook Islands, New Zealand, Bora Bora, Tahiti, like all those places. They have a huge budget to make those places look nice, and Samoa doesn't have that. So that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to be that with this tiny little itty-bitty budget.
Also, the technical side of editing, like transferring footage, drives of footage, things like that are just a hassle and difficult and can be super frustrating. Like Joe mentioned earlier, that we have potentially lost all of our footage from when we went to Pongo. And I do back up. I make clones of drives but sometimes I didn't realize on this one drive not everything copied, and it's just those things are kind of frustrating.
Have you ever tried eating pita?
Nevea.
This is Nevea ve Ofisa. No, we haven't tried eating pita yet. Not because we wouldn't, or not because I wouldn't eat pita, but just because we haven't had the opportunity to eat pita yet.
That's
Bat. We don't
His
know.
grandpa used to hunt bat and eat it a lot.
Yeah,
so he could love it.
Yeah, my grandpa and my mom and all of my uncles and stuff, they used to eat that all the time, and so yeah, I would love to try it. I heard that it's actually really good. It has, I guess, like the the bat wing kind of smells a little bit funny. It gives off a weird odor, but yeah, I would try it for sure. I mean, I've tried fit and I ate the beak. You guys saw it. That was a different experience for me. So
John Luamanu said hello. Shout out to Luamanu family. Hello. Xavier, have we seen COC and Victoria? We have not seen them.
Not yet. We don't know where they are, but yeah, we know that they're in Apia sometime right now. Maybe we'll see them at the games tomorrow. We don't know.
Have you guys tried Nourish Cafe? Nellie asked. I had a lunch there once with some friends, and it was really nice. Joe will have to do something there sometime.
The Kind Soldiers, have you gone to sing the Turtle and Shark song yet? No, we haven't gone to do that yet. That's definitely something that's on the list to do. We just haven't had the time to get over yet. Have you been to the dwarf cave in Savai'i? We haven't been to the dwarf cave in Savai'i yet, but we've been to a different cave in Savai'i. I can't remember what the name of it.
We went there with the contestants
Samoa.
of Miss Samoa. There's pictures inside a cave there that we walked to. I feel like there's a bug on my face. Anytime, like, you know, in the States, when you feel like maybe something's crawling on you and you're like, oh, it was just a hair. Well, in Samoa, it's usually something crawling on you.
Have you guys slept in hammocks under the stars? No, we haven't, but we've slept in a fale before, which is, for those of you that aren't from Samoa, it's just basically a roof with a few poles around it and a wooden floor on the beach. And yes, we have had that experience several times, and we love it. It's awesome.
Have you guys been to a Samoan church yet? And if you have, how did you find it? So we belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and there's only one English ward, one English congregation on the island, which is what we attend regularly, but we have been to Samoan congregations also for our church. Joe's uncle is the bishop of one, and we've attended it. It was really a lot more quiet. Like, our kids were only noisy kids, so we felt like, oh, we need to sneak out of here because we're making too much noise. But yeah.
Have you tried paddles? This is Lipa and Lil Lizzie. Yeah, we've tried paddles. We love paddles. Those guys are really good at their food. They're actually excellent. They might be the best restaurant in all of Samoa. They constantly change their menu, which is something that is something that we need here in Samoa. Is kind of like innovation and stuff. And
their
so
servers are very well trained.
Very well trained.
And beautiful view as you eat.
Yeah, you can't really get better service than what you can get over there. So it's awesome. Alpha Kenny asked me to take off my shirt. You'll see that in a couple days.
Shout out to Monique Campbell, who's watching right now. It's from Moresby. Hello.
Hello.
Phono T. You're, you know some Phono Ts.
Burpees, I'm doing a good job. Okay, so it looks like...
Any pyramids in Samoa?
Oh.
Kind of. There's some ruins we found out about that's from Minority Reporter. There's some ruins we found out about in Savai'i, but they're really hard to find and get to. But we're gonna try sometime.
Yeah, someone asked.
Ancient ruins.
Someone asked about that earlier. They might have taken the name off. It's like Palume or something like that. The star mounds in Savai'i. So that's actually a really hard place to get to. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's a really hard hike, and we have 4 little girls who, if we went to Savai'i, we don't know what we would do with them. We can't really take them. So maybe at some point we'll go over to Savai'i. Maybe just me and Alicia will go over to Savai'i, because definitely something that needs to be seen on this vlog, because we have the drone. We need to show you guys something that not very many of you have been able to experience either. So hopefully we can get over there. But you know,
Ghost Town's asking why we didn't shout out. We did. We said there are some ghosts here, Ghost Town.
All right, so I think that's probably it. We've
Oh, there's one more question we get a lot. People have been asking about Joe's mom. When his sister came over in December or January, she went back to have a baby, and Joe's mom went with her to make sure she was there when she had her baby. And now his other sister is soon having a baby, so she's going to stay with her. She was going to come back here
to live again.
To live again, but now she's coming back for a quick visit and then going back to the States again. So we have missed her a lot. You will see her in some footage still, because like we said,
it's from September.
Yeah.
It's from September. She left in the end of January, so we still have several vlogs where she's in it. Plus that you're going to see her because she's actually flying here next week with my uncle. So my uncle and his family. So you guys will meet my uncle. His name is John. Big influence in my life because he lived with us when I was just a baby and lived with us for several years. So he was kind of one of my heroes when I was growing up. Really awesome dude. So you guys will meet him. But yeah, Mom will be in some of the in the Pacific Games vlogs that we show starting. Well, those will be starting next Monday from the Sunday night thing, the opening ceremony. But yeah, so hopefully we can show you as much as we can. Hopefully this Q&A has helped you guys know a little bit more about us. Sorry that it's been an hour, but like we said, internet is really expensive here. Jamlink Cafe, maybe someday. We don't know if that's coming.
Will we ever see Joe dance? That's a great question.
You saw me dance, and that's probably all that you're going to get is that one time in Alicia's birthday video. You can see that on sales. That's sales. That's the extent of my dancing. It's not pretty anyway. You don't want to see it. It's not good. It's just,
I need someone to come teach him how to dance.
Yeah.
Okay? Who wants to do that?
Yeah, so maybe Asuelu can come teach me how to dance sometime because we had a conversation. That guy's really cool. Can't wait to make a video with him at some point. And if you guys know Siosi and Victoria, tell them we're ready to make a video with them. We're up for collaborations with anybody because what it does is it helps us all bring together a little bit more power to show the world Samoa, and that's what we want to do. Thank you guys for all of your support. Thank you guys so much for helping us to get to 5,000 subscribers. It's been an incredible ride, and we hope that we can continue to work hard and build this channel to earn the 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's put that out there. Hopefully we can do that. So we realize we have a lot of work to do, and hopefully with your help we can get there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Manuel Aso, Paso Flat.
Paso Flat.